Hey everybody, Mr. Cinema Junkie here with my review of Make Out with Violence from 2008. This movie was interesting to say the least. I had happened across it while going through the selections on Netflix, and it wasn't so much a suggestion, just it was listed with a bunch of movies that I was looking at. I read more into it and I said, let's give it a shot. Never heard of it before, not one time. And from 2008 till now, 2011, that's a long time not to hear of a movie. So it's been, in my book, kind of off the radar. I don't know if anybody else has ever heard of it. It's a low budget movie, but when you do low budget, this is a prime example of doing low budget right. It was done so well. It was like there was no, how can I say this? Every shot counted. Every bit of dialogue advanced the movie. It didn't just kill time. It didn't hold the story back at all. It didn't, everything had to do something with the story. Sometimes with low budget movies, you can kind of tell there's like a lot of throwaway lines, a lot of generic scenes, and this didn't have that. It's a strange tale, to say the least. It deals with twin brothers, Patrick and Carol, who along with other friends from high school. This is at the end of high school. I guess everyone's graduating. A friend of theirs has gone missing, and her name is Wendy, and she goes missing. Nobody finds her. Then people are searching for her. They never find her. So the town decides, or everybody decides, that they're gonna have a memorial service for her. Her parents have decided that she must have passed away. They just never found the body. So they come to terms with this. They have a memorial service for her. Everybody's putting mementos in a casket for her. Excuse me. And during the drive in the country, Carol, who is one of the twin brothers, is riding with his younger brother Beetle, and he asks him if he wants to go looking for cicadas. You hear them singing, making all that noise and racket. So he's like, yeah, let's go. So they go out to the countryside. They go looking for the cicadas, and Beetle keeps running ahead of him towards the tree line. He goes out of Carol's sight, and he comes running back, panicking. They go into the tree line, and they find their friend, Wendy. She is tied to a tree. She has her arms suspended to two trees. She's not alive, and she's not dead. She's a zombie for all intents and purposes. The movie is one of those that doesn't deal so much with the how and the why, but just deals with what is. She was dead, and then she wasn't. So Carol decides to get his brother, Patrick, and they take her to their friend Rhodey's house, who is gone for the summer, and they keep her there. Now, Patrick has had a long time crush on this girl. This is his chance to kind of pursue that. They're going to try to bring her back to life one way or another. Patrick is just glad she's still around because he has some unfinished business. His heart still beats for her, even though her heart no longer beats. There are some comic elements in this movie. Nothing over the top or corny, but There's some comic relief here. There's a lot of misguided romance. Carol likes this girl, Addie, but she's not really into him. But she's hitting on Wendy's boyfriend. While Patrick is focusing on Wendy, trying to keep her bathed and cleaned and dressed and makeup on her, and she's looking pretty rough. They finally find out that she needs to eat things that are alive, so they buy her a rat at a pet store and they feed it to her. It gets pretty messy, although the gore factor in this is nothing. So there's a little blood from the rat, no big deal. It's nothing over the top. So Patrick tries to help Carol win the affection of Addie. Meanwhile, there's a girl named Anne Horan who really likes Carol, and he's trying to deal with her hitting on him while he's trying to get Addie's attention, and all the while trying to maintain a sense of normalcy while they have Wendy's reanimated corpse at their friend's house. And their younger brother Beatles, as he was already found it, he's in on it. They create a pact. They're not supposed to tell anybody about it. And you just sit there wondering pretty much, what are they going to do next? Because they can't keep her there forever. You know, their friend's going to come home soon. What are they going to do? And Patrick lets it get the best of him, and he kind of doesn't delve in the realism of what's going on here. And all he knows is that he's got the love of his life in his hands now. And the movie leaves you. It starts off with you. It makes you ask questions like, why is she a zombie? Who tied her to the tree? Never answers those questions. And it pretty much ends not with a sequel type ending, like one of those open-ended ones where you say, oh, there's going to be a sequel, but it ends on one of those notes where it's like, so what happened next? But in a way, it wasn't done badly. It was actually cool. I thought it was actually pretty cool. Kind of a hip story. Kind of think Pretty in Pink, I guess, but with a zombie element to it. I don't want to go so far as to say it's like what a zombie movie would be if the Twilight director got a hold of it, because it wasn't like that. Not at all. Think along the lines of the movie Dead Girl, if you've seen that one, which I thought Dead Girl was a touch better. It was a little grittier, a little more raw, a little dirtier. I like that one, but again, it starts off with you going, well, why is this happening? And then ends with, well, what happened next? But Dead Girl ended on a bleaker note, and it ended on a creepier note, in my opinion. But definitely worth a check. You know, get it, grab it. If you have Netflix, order it up. Not a bad way to spend an hour and a half or so. But like I said, it's a low budget film, but it's done very well. Some of the actors are actually credited with writing as well, and their friend Rhodey also he wrote some of the music for it, conducted some of the music. So everybody had kind of dual roles in this movie. Yeah, Make Out with Violence, 2008. Directed by the Deagle brothers, and they had done a short movie before that, some kind of robot movie. Forgot the title of it, but a few of the actors from that movie they used in this one too. Kind of a Coscarelli kind of thing, where he did The World's Greatest or whatever that movie was called, and then used some of those actors in the movie Phantasm. So definitely check it out if you're into the zombie genre and you want something a little different, a little bit of a twist. Make Out with Violence is a recommendation from me to you. And let me know what you think. And if you've seen it before, please comment below. Rate, subscribe. Always appreciated. And you you guys have a great night. Talk to you soon.